So if I was like hiring and I saw pronouns, here's what I'm going to assume. I'm going to assume you're obviously very liberal. So I'm going to assume you're one of those people that is super far left. I'm going to assume you're not a very hard worker. You are either a female or you're a probably not straight guy. So everything in the office is going to have to cater to you, your feelings, your needs, and your emotions. So everyone around you is not going to be able to be themselves and walk on eggshells. Why would anyone want someone like you unless everyone's like you in a work environment? You're going to be the laziest person. You're going to be the most entitled, complain the most, and I think you're going to be the first to sue. So shocker that pronouns weren't helping you guys. Sorry, is there anything I missed there?
I'm gonna tell you why she's not wrong. Because a couple months ago, there was a group of LGBT activists who got upset at some coffee shop or some bar for not being more inclusive to a bunch of lesbians. So they protested, they got mad, they even wanted ownership of the store because they thought, we know the way to actually make money around here. We know how to get people to see that we are all inclusive because these owners, who I believe at the time were LGBTQ activists and gays or lesbians or whatever they were, you don't know how to properly run a store, and we do.
Everyone wants the tea on the ongoing issues with Doc Marie's, the new lesbian bar that just opened in Portland, and so I'm here to give it to you. I already made a short video about this, but after some more research as well as some helpful comments, thank you, I was able to piece together a little bit more what happened, and I'm going to share it with you all. So the employees of Doc Marie's have made a workers collective, and they have put out several statements on Instagram, the Instagram that this comment is referencing. And so I'm just going to transmit that information to TikTok. I encourage you all to go check out their Instagram and read it for yourself. But here's what Doc Marie's has been accused of doing. So there are a significant number of concerns this workers collective has made. In a nutshell, just repeated unprofessional and unsafe behavior that has put the physical safety of workers and customers at risk, payroll systems that are not paying people correctly, discrepancies in salaries, dirty water leaking onto the floor, and the owner enabling racist behavior. So the real reason why Doc Marie's is closed is because when the workers brought these concerns to the ownership the next day after opening day, the ownership did not meet the concerns with any sort of plan of action, and the unsatisfactory response caused the managers to quit their jobs immediately. The Workers Collective goes on to assure us that protecting Black and Brown LGBTQ plus folks in building an actively anti-racist space is their top priority, that they are committed to ongoing racial bias training and will continue to educate ourselves in order to actively foster a safe environment while upholding a zero policy towards racism. Again, there's way more details on Instagram, so I encourage everyone to check them out on Instagram and read it for yourself. Personally, I had close friends and community members who I saw openly ask the ownership of Doc Marie's what they were doing to be proactive about the safety, the health and safety of QT BIPOC people in particular, and their questions were met with silence and never addressed. There was also this piece of art on the wall, which is not inherently damning, but kind of so. And I'm not pointing all of this out to just be a hater. I, like every other Sapphic in Portland, yearn for a lesbian bar that actually meets the community's needs and centers Black and Brown people and centers trans people and centers the health and safety of disabled folks. I yearn for that. I want that so bad. And so I think I am willing to be critical, and I hope the whole entire community is willing to be critical of this space to make it exactly what we want and need, and not some bullshit white supremacist institution.
We, the Merry Equi Workers Collective, are composed of the current employees of Doc Marie's. We only speak for ourselves, not of ownership of the bar, Dunk Brands LLC. This is the only social media account affiliated with the MEWC. We felt misled about the space being safe and welcoming. Our vision is a queer worker-owned cooperative that is ran democratically, provides mutual aid, and hosts free opportunities for education to our community. Eventually, the employees demanded the owners relinquish ownership of the bar and hand the business to them. The owners were given a 24-hour deadline to adhere to the ludicrous demands. Yesterday, we presented a list of demands including owner resignation and relinquishing stake to workers, which as of 7 p.m. on July 4th, Independence Day, have not been acknowledged despite being past the agreed upon 24-hour deadline. It is embarrassing how accurate that woman was about a bunch of people who don't have any job experience. They want the world to cater to them. They want everybody to stop and pay attention to what they're doing. And if they don't get their way, they're going to whine, they're going to bitch, they're going to moan, they're going to complain, they're going to shame, and then they're going to go on Twitter and say everybody's a homophobe or a transphobe or a lesbian phobe. It is toxic work environment 101. The person who wants everybody to see what they're doing needs to be fired. They don't even need to be hired. Yes, pronouns, acknowledge them, respect them, blah, 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 blah. But you as a person, over time, have been viewed as an intolerable piece of shit. You are annoying. You are absurd. You think we're supposed to care about everything you're doing. You are there to do a job. Spare me the random points made by people with blue hair about how dressing professional is somehow rooted in bigotry. It's not. It's being professional. Stop thinking you are owed something because you did minimal amounts of work, thinking everything's supposed to stop at your rare inconvenience. Stop getting on TikTok and complaining about your job when you asked to be hired here, wanted more money, and you work there and instead do your job, or maybe the controversial option, quit.
People wonder why we need a union at Starbucks, and I am literally about to quit. Like, I don't know if I'm going to do it, but like, I really want to. I almost walked out today, and I'm crying in the back room right now, and I almost cried on the floor. It's just, I'm like a full-time student. I get scheduled for 25 hours a week, and then on weekends they schedule me the entire day, open to close. I'm on the schedule for 8.5 hours, both Saturday and Sunday. I'm like 3.5 hours into my shift. There's so many customers, and we have 4 people on the floor all day. Only 5 people were put on the schedule, and somebody had to call out. And there are 4 people running the whole store, and there's so many customers, and there's possibly scheduled 5 people. We only have 13 people employed at this store, and there's so many customers. And we don't have fair scheduling. Managers don't care about us. Our manager was supposed to come in this weekend, and he took himself off the schedule, so he wouldn't be able to be held accountable for calling out. He just literally tore down the schedule that he was scheduled on and put up a new schedule where he wasn't on the schedule. Also, he couldn't have even seen that he was scheduled in the first place because he didn't want to be held accountable for not wanting to come in. They don't want to help us. We need a union because this can't happen. This can't happen. We need fair scheduling. We need managers to hold themselves accountable for helping their workers. They refuse to turn mobile orders off. We need the liberty to be able to do that because there's so many mobile orders and I need to get through all of them. And then people are yelling at me because I don't have their orders ready and they don't know what to do. I can't do it. And a customer was misgendering me today, like, really badly. I didn't have their order ready. And so they were just, like, talking to each other. And they're like, she's clearly incompetent. I have a full mustache and beard. What the fuck? I don't get accommodations for being neurodivergent. I don't... Like, I can't use... Like, people get mad at me for using my sick time. I don't even know what to do anymore. I'm, like, at my wit's end with this job. I really am. I just want to be able to...
Because you complain so damn much. Subscribe to the channel. I will see y'all in the next one. And I'll be honest, if I owned a Fortune 500 company and I was hiring people and I just noticed you were weird and I noticed you were selfish and you gave off the vibe that you would sue me for poor work conditions that you made up, I'm not fucking hiring you.